And welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 17 of Damn That's Good with Big Salinas Barbecue. I'm your co-host, Brandon Salinas, of course, joined by my brother, Junior Salinas, and our mad scientist producer, Chris Bustos, aka our brother from another mother. We got a good, fun show. We already got a guest on. We got another guest popping on. We got Mr. Johnny Maggs from Pit Life Barbecue going to join us along with the Barbecue Broker coming on a little bit later. Let's get to it.
Do
Let's
it.
the show.
Let's do it. Let's rock and roll. Of course, last show we just kind of just got into a little bit about us, a little bit about what we like, some of the foods we like, just kind of get to know the three of us. Some things we did. We talked about some past experiences since 4th of July just passed, so we got to dive into that here. But we got a great show as always, and it couldn't be possible without you, the listeners, and of course our sponsors, which are
Holy Smoke Spice Company. Make sure you go to holysmoke.com. Get your spices today. Brothers Keepers Barbecue. If you're looking for a good drum barrel, give them a shot. Brothers Keepers Barbecue. Prairie Fresh for all your pork needs. Give their stuff a try if you haven't tried it. That's what we use in competition and catering. And of course, Meat Hugger. If you need some killer butcher paper, give their stuff a try. Meat Hugger. Go to Amazon today. Order it. Use coupon code 15 Big Salinas to save you some money. And of course, Big Salinas Barbecue. Give our stuff a try if you haven't tried it yet. You never know. You just may get hooked.
Get hooked? No, you will get hooked. That's just how we roll today. We're going to have them confident. But we're going to have some fun. Let's get into it. Of course, it was 4th of July this past weekend and all that. Oh, but before we get into that, let's hit a little quick small business shout out. I know Randy getting his ready, so I'll go ahead and hit you with the one I got today. It is a friend of mine that I worked with. They're working on a new thing. They are it is All American Remodeling, Fencing, and Landscaping. They will also hook you up with some Christmas lights when it comes down to that time if you want somebody to really kind of do it up. They're a small business. Do everything from reconstruction, remodeling, interior, exterior, doesn't matter what you need. Hit them up. You can visit them online at allamericandfw.godaddysites.com or their phone number 682-802-0081. Facebook is All American Remodeling, Fencing, Roofing, and Landscaping. And of course, if you do, when it comes closer to Christmas time, hit me up. I'll let you know for sure. But they do hang up your Christmas lights, and they do a great job on that. So definitely want to hit those guys up, help them out. Small businesses nowadays struggling. So any kind of love we can give to anybody out there that's trying to make it during these tough times, definitely hit us up. Let us know. Randy, which one you got tonight?
I got some sauces. It's called Clowns on Fire. If you hadn't heard of them, go to clownsonfire.com. Let me screen share for those of you who are on YouTube when our producer allows me to share. Here it is, clownsonfire.com. They got some killer stuff, spicy pineapple reaper. I've tried that one. That one's good. Passion of the Dragon, spicy mango reaper, spicy peach reaper, clowns on fire or clowns inferno, ice cream clown. They got some hot stuff on there if you just like something totally different, off the wall. Killer award winning products. Give their stuff a try. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed at all. Clownsonfire.com. Order today and give them a try.
There it is. There it is. So definitely hit them up, hit those small business up. And like I said, if you have one that you need us to give a shout out to, and like I said, we can do sauces. Like I said, we can do barbecue. I've done some realtors and fences and roof companies and all kinds of stuff. So it doesn't necessarily have to be barbecue. It can just be a shout out to whatever. They're a small business and you think they need a little help or just a little promotion. Never goes a long way. So we'll definitely do that, but we will see. But it was just 4th of July. So Randy, what did y'all get into on 4th of July?
Went to bed early.
Went to bed early.
Yeah, I stayed up all night cooking some briskets. Well, I think we had hamburgers. We grilled some corn on the cob. Uh, then I drank a little bit, and that was it.
That's it. We stayed here. Frisco kind of invited some family this way, our side of the family a little bit. Over got watched the fireworks from the Rough Riders. We tried to watch the fireworks from Frisco, but uh, apparently the houses and adjacent to our house are a little too big for where we were trying to see them. So we did get to see the Rough Riders. They had gave on about a 20-minute show, pretty good, just about as good as uh, Princeton's that we watched on the third. So it was definitely pretty good, but it was a lot of fun. We had a conversation here. We're gonna go ahead and bring on Johnny Mags here for this topic. This topic got brought up over and over and over, and I think it was pretty funny. You had two guys pretty drunk. Uh, and Randy, you've met them. You've met Larry and Derek, but great individuals, great guys, and they have a big green egg. And on this big green egg, they've been mastering for 3 briskets now. And he doesn't do a lot of trimming. He doesn't do a lot of trimming of the fat or anything like that. He mentioned he gets his big green egg up to 400 degrees, then brings the temperature back down to 225. And the briskets are cooking in 5 hours, like clockwork. 3 briskets, 5 hours. Is it because he's getting the temperature up to 400 first is why they're cooking so fast? That's the question. They're trying to figure out why it's cooking faster than 10 to 12 hours because they've done recipes and the recipe they're following states 10 to 12 hours. But for whatever reason on the big green egg, they're not able to get the products in. They're not able to get those briskets done, but they get them in 5 hours. Any thoughts from the two pitmasters? What's the issue going on?
Oh, wow. I've heard that. I've never, I've never tried it, but I know, especially around Christmas time, people will always you're coming up with recipes and techniques for prime rib. Mm-hmm. And I hear that a lot of put it in for like 500 degrees for, however long, half hour, 45, then bring it down and let it cook at a lower temperature the rest of the way. And it comes out perfect every time. So that's the only thing I can think of because the green egg kind of works just like that convection oven type deal with the flow and everything.
But that's the thing. He told me I had to get the clarification over and over. He fires it up to 400, doesn't put it on, suffocates the air down to 225, then throws his brisket, but it's still cooking in 5 hours. So that's what I'm thinking is just because he thinks it's 225 because he got it so hot, those green eggs, that's what they're stored to do, is to store the heat. And that's what's going on. At least that's what I think. So
yeah, the ceramic cookers, they hold heat a lot more than pit like I have or like Greg has. So I mean, it's just like a drum. You get it hot enough, it's gonna cook it faster.
And it doesn't matter what the temperature states.
Yeah.
What's up, boys?
What's going on?
How you
Barbecue
doing?
Broker.
Yeah.
Joined us.
So now we got you both on.
Hey, I'm on time.
What I tell you, Randy? What I tell you?
Am I late? I'm not late.
No, you're right. Literally right.
You're right on time.
Right on time.
But if you had a connection issue or no one could hear you, then you jump a little early.
No one talks about getting on early. I'm not early. Nothing early about me whatsoever.
You actually came in on the right segment.
I've never been late for the show. Have I ever been late for the show? No. Have you been late for the show?
Yes.
Yesterday.
No, you've been late before.
Uh-oh.
No, I have not been.
Oh, yes, you have.
Not late on the air.
Oh, yeah.
No. Liar.
Yes. Okay.
We're going to have to go back into the archives now.
Yeah, you have to let me know what you have to prove it. Take it out and show me.
Okay.
By the way, my big Salinas shirt is in the wash because I wear it all the time.
Yeah,
I was going to wear it today.
Yeah. You saw that Dave and Buster's with the family.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And you know what? I see, Junior, what you got over there? I see what you got. I see
He
what you got
can't
over
sit
there.
still, this kid.
I see what you got over there.
That's right. You gotta have it for work.
I see what you got, Astro A20s. I see what's going on here. Get the Astro A20s. Is that what you
That's it.
use?
That's it. That's what I use.
Aren't they comfy though?
They're very comfy. You can
Yep.
literally wear them almost all day and doesn't feel like you're wearing headphones.
And they're glasses friendly, John, just in case you were wondering. Glasses friendly. And a lot of them aren't. This is my PlayStation 2 headset. PlayStation 5 headset, rather. A second pair of Astros.
He
I like
had
them a lot.
he had to rub it in about the PlayStation 5. See, there
Mhm.
we go.
Yes.
Go ahead and delete him off the show.
Mute him. Delete.
Yeah, mute him permanently. Mute him.
Turn my video off.
Yeah.
I get it. All the nine. Yep.
So I missed out on the story you were talking about yesterday in y'all's podcast about a shooting or something going on or lockdown or something. I had to get off. Me and the wife went and had a little mini vacation up at Windstar in Thackerville, Oklahoma. So we got away for the thing. So I was on for a little bit. I saw the little fighting going on. I was waiting for y'all to throw punches. I had my money on somebody. I won't say who, but I missed the story. You got into telling the story, so you're gonna have to say it. Who? The little bit, just a brief thing about what happened and why y'all were on lockdown, because that wouldn't have happened here in Texas. I've heard stories. We've had people that they've had somebody looking in cars. Next thing you know, the whole block's got their ARs out and 45s out. So it's
Yeah. So it was right up. It was seriously about a quarter mile up the street, half a mile up the street from where I live. Me and my wife are coming home. We had a night out in Boston. We went out for some Italian food, went to a friend's after, and on the way home at 1:30, we drove by. This cop pulled out in front of me. I said, "Oh shit." I go, "There's a Stadia up there on the right." And my wife goes, she looks at the speedometer. She goes, "Yeah, you're driving 52. Speed up." So I sped up a little bit. The guy puts his lights on. I think he's going to pull out behind me, but he drives in front of me, boots ahead, and he pulls behind what looks down like a broken down van or something. And so we drove by and go, "Oh, someone must have been broken down." And so the next morning, that van was on TV that there's 9 dudes in it, all dressed in fatigues with ARs and shit, and they're going up to Maine for some training or whatever from I'm not even going to say their group name on here, but it's obviously a radical group that call themselves American nationals, not U.S. citizens. So it's a little weird, whatever, but that's what it was. So these guys resisted arrest and they ran into the woods right up the street from my house. So the whole, like, my side of town was on lockdown until they caught the guys.
Crazy.
And there was a standoff. There was a standoff for hours, probably 8 to 10 hours. There was a standoff with them in the woods, and then the guy went live on his YouTube. It was crazy. It was wild. Crazy shit. So in Texas, everyone would just come out with their guns and they'd box them in around with the cops.
Yeah,
and then
it
these
was
guys
correct.
let their dogs go, and then that's it. You know.
I've heard some story. I got a friend that said he had some guy, I don't know what he was on, was looking into cars and stuff, and he went out there, lit 45 or something, and he says, "I had the smallest gun out there." He goes, "The whole block came together, and then when the cops came, they all went inside like nothing happened." It was it was like, okay, but so that's just how it rolls down here in certain parts of Texas. I'm not gonna say all of Texas, because I'm sure they could have certain neighborhoods that would have been crazy, lockdown, all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Yep.
After these messages, we'll be back with more Damn That's Good with Big Salinas Barbecue.
Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle!
We like to party.
You're listening to A Good Day for Football with Chris Bustos, Nathan Bedard, David Kroboff, and Troy Warren.
Alfonso Noon is a guy who farts in the bathtub and bites into bubbles.
Hi, I'm Andrew like I like ball. Let's go out here!
Oh!
Hey,
Oh!
Dominate!
it's compelling.
Some bias.
He's a cover girl.
And the pass is
Oh!
touchdown, Dallas.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get back to the podcast now over here, fellas.
Okay,
We're gonna start with. I'm gonna start with Mads. Tell us, just introduce yourself and tell the people how you got into barbecuing and Pit Life Barbecue.
Oh, first off, boys, thank you for having me. This is awesome. Johnny Mags. I got into barbecue a bunch of years ago, which, like all the guys now, pretty much we all kind of have the same story. We're all sitting on the couch one day, clicking through the TV, and we stumble upon Barbecue Pitmasters and just got hooked watching it. And it was one of those things like, I think I can do that, And then next thing you know, got a couple grills, got a little small offset, and just started tinkering around, messing around with it. and that was it. The floodgates opened on that one. So, we had a couple different groups and friends, and we were hanging out one night. And this was right when the Facebook Live started taking off. So, you'd hop on there, do a couple quick. It was just in its infancy.
Yeah.
So we were sitting over at my buddy Chris's house, and we're doing some ribs, and we're a few adult beverages in, let's just say. and one of the guys breaks out his phone, and we do Facebook Live, tagged everybody, and we're just talking about the ribs and the brisket, and just having fun. Boys being boys, just shooting the bull. And I got to work on Monday, and a couple of the guys came up to me and goes, "Listen, I don't know what kind of redneck crap that was that you guys were talking about on Saturday night, but it was funny as a bastard." So it's like, okay, we might be onto something there. And then I've been listening to podcasts for a while. And so the conversation started going that my good friend Dave, he has a podcast going on 11 years called The Cigar Authority, and he owns the studio that we do the show at. And so we approached him about doing it. He loved the idea, and that was it. August of 2018, and we've been rolling every Tuesday since.
Yeah, it's a great show. So y'all, I'll give y'all credit.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Now we'll turn over to you, Greg.
A couple Yankees.
Yeah, not too bad. We certainly got to watch it every week. Even when there's no guests. But
right.
Same question to you, Greg.
Sometimes it's fun without the guests, though. You get to just jam and kind of rant back and forth with each other.
You can go off the
That's
wall.
kind of fun. I've always been my mom was an avid griller. My dad he could cook, but he didn't cook that much. It was always my mom. She's grilling, always direct heat, direct fire, chicken, burgers, steak tips, sausage. What we're kind of known for up in the Northeast, direct fire. Not many people are into offset. I didn't even know that you could smoke. I didn't know there was indirect cooking. Had no idea about that stuff. 2008, I had a trip to Chicago with my wife and her family, visiting some friends. And this guy, Tony from Chicago, he's like, "Hey, we're going to smoke these ribs tomorrow. Hope you guys like them." I'm like, "Where are you going to do that?" He says, "In my backyard." He's like, "I've been, marinating these ribs here for like 2 days." So he did, I don't know, he had a process where he marinated them in apple cider vinegar and olive oil, and then he rubbed them the night before, which admittedly I used to do when I first started. He smoked them in this little, water smoker in the backyard. It was a Brinkman, the red bullet, the electric Brinkman, with a little heat rod. A little heat rod sits on those ceramic coils. I've always loved ribs. Ribs, around here, you go to like the 99s, the Ground Round, or somewhere local as a kid, and you'd have ribs, but they weren't smoked. But I always loved ribs, So I was just blew my mind that you could cook them in your backyard. And these ribs, the best ribs. I mean, They were thick. They were smoky. They were perfect. I've never experienced anything like this before. And I'm like, so you could do this in your backyard? That, for me, that was my hook. I was like, when I said to my wife, Rachel, when we buy a house in a couple of years, I'm getting that same $80, $70 smoker at Home Depot. And I did. And I cooked some really awful barbecue for a solid 5 years, probably 4.5 years in that thing. I thought it was good, but my wife would never eat the barbecue. My neighbors hated it. It didn't really go over well, but I loved it. And like John said, when the barbecue pitmasters came out, I'm like, shit, I'm doing this right now. And it made me want to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Because I wanted people to like my barbecue. So I invested and I got the big green egg, and I went right to, charcoal, wood, fire management, smoke management, just the whole thing. And that changed the game for me. So everyone started eating my barbecue after I got that thing. My wife loved it. I started really obsessing over it. And that's kind of where the whole the barbecue bug came from. And then the rest is history. I met the guys at the Kevin and Chris. They started New England Pitmasters, and the same that what spawned out of Pit Life Barbecue in the garage that same night. John went off and did Pit Life Barbecue, and Kevin and Chris went off and did the New England Pitmasters.
Yeah.
And so they started the group. John did his thing, and I met John through these guys. We were doing a fundraiser event, and that John came and helped cook for. And we and John did the overnight together. We had a couple Lang reverse flows going. We had a 250 and a 150. We had 17 pork butts on, 5 briskets, and one other guy that just wanted to stuff the shit out of the firebox with wood. And we're like, dude, no, stop adding more wood. It's hot enough. It's good, bro. Yeah. Leave it. So we went to bed that night, and I'm like maybe sleeping for like, I had a 3-hour block that I was supposed to sleep in. Like this, John opens the door about an hour and a half in. Get up. The meat is sizzling. You're not supposed to hear the meat. It's not supposed to sizzle. We get up, and the other kid who stuffed the firebox went to bed, and there was just fire coming out. The wood, the piece of wood that you keep on top of the box, lid was on. That was on fire too.
Oh my goodness!
It was crazy shit. But we that night, me and John fell in love. Damn it! And now look at us. That was it. A couple times after that night, we kept in touch. I was a guest on the show once, and then I filled in for the other guy one day, and then we looked at each other and went, damn, that was fun. We got to do that again. A couple months later, the other guy left. I took his spot. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we are.
The rest is history.
Right? That's it, John. Pretty much. That's it in a nutshell.
But yeah, that night we met. We probably got the other 2 guys up. So we probably went and crashed about maybe 5 o'clock in the morning.
After we wrapped the briskets.
Yeah. And we're just, we're in the, he's in the back of his SUV. I'm in my front seat of my truck. And for some reason, like 6 o'clock, I just got up and I looked and I didn't see anybody.
Right.
I'm like,
to see that one guy.
So I got out. I couldn't find the wood burner, to put it nicely. Then I just, in the back of another pickup, I just see 2 feet sticking out a back door, out cold. There's literally a bonfire on top of one of the smokers because he kept stacking them up there to dry the wood out, dry the wood out.
Because that same guy, the same guy that brought the wood is also the same guy that kept trying to stuff wood in the firebox. He was just supposed to be the wood guy. And then all of a sudden he's like, hey, can I stay and hang out? And we're like, okay, if you cook for us, cook some burgers and chicken for us. And then he did. And he's a cool shit. But he just loved to put that wood, man. You'd add a piece of wood, and then 10 minutes later, he'd be like looking for another piece. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't touch the wood. That was a constant battle. We forever bust his balls over that.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with how much wood you put in a fire.
Like I said, we were probably 30 yards from the pits, and you could hear everything sizzling when I got out of the truck. So I go over to the firebox. I open the firebox. It is literally jam-packed with what it looked like a Jenga set. You could not fit another toothpick in. It was that full of wood.
The 250 reverse flow was running a coal basket, but the 150 was not. It was just straight up wood on, Yeah. But this kid had so much wood stuff in there. I don't know how the thing was even getting air. There was wood outside of the basket in between the firebox and the charcoal basket. There was wood wedged in between places that shouldn't have even been there. I don't even understand it. But John and I were like, get out of here.
Yeah, he's done.
I guess we're awake now.
You're like, go get me some donuts and some beer or something.
Seriously.
We got it.
But that was a fun night. That was a fun time. I say John and I definitely bonded a little bit on that on that event. Yeah, that was a fun event. We raised $23,000 for a 2-year-old with leukemia that day.
Yeah, I think I saw some posts on it, like you on it.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. We also did another one recently. We raised $3,000 for a 12-year-old with lymphoma. That's kind of what the group is about. We try to give, that was the premise that when the guy started before they brought me in as a third, was to give back in any way that we can. And so that's what we still try to do.
Yeah, it's always nice to give back. Always got to help each other out for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's next on y'all's agenda to do? Whether barbecue, Pit Life Barbecue podcast, whatever it is. You got something in mind?
What's next on the podcast, or
what's next in general for y'all?
Oh, in general, in life, huh?
In life
right now.
I'm telling you, I don't know about these questions.
You can ask some hard hitting questions. You can ask the same questions over and over.
Just just keep growing it. It's absolutely wild, and especially like I joked earlier, not too bad for a couple Yankees, but being out of New England, not being known for barbecue, and this, the show has just done nothing but grow each and every month. I don't want to jinx myself, but every month the numbers keep going up, and just even the worldwide stuff, when you get a message from a guy from Australia that says, "Oh, I don't miss a show," and got his whole group
cool.
watching, and messages from guys in Japan and Italy and Ireland and
Germany,
Guam. It's like, holy cow! It's like it blows your mind. That
we hit Peru too. We hit Peru once too, or some island out there, or some shit.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's wild the amount of people that, or the reach that the podcast can have. Never even expected that ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. But this is Chris here. I'm the producer. I help produce the show. But I had a question.
Hey, Chris, how are you, buddy?
Good. Thanks for being on the show, man. It's awesome to have you guys. I've heard that barbecue as a whole is just the scene itself is growing popularity up north. You guys are from New England, New York. I'm seeing a lot more happening in the barbecue scene. Is that something that you guys are seeing? You want to speak on that a little bit? Just kind of fill us in on what's going on as far as the barbecue scene up north.
Well, there's a couple guys that I think help with that, right? You got guys like Bill Gillespie, who's, two-time Jack Daniels American Royale champ. He's right here, lives like 45 minutes from me in Massachusetts. Good dude. So I think guys like him, as well as, we're not known to have a lot of good restaurants, but there's a few places out there that are paving the way out there. I would say in the New England, that's certainly also part of the mission of the New England Pit Masters and Pit Life is that we're trying to put barbecue on the map. We're the guys trying to do it at the same time. We're part of this barbecue New England barbecue movement.
Yep.
You know, there's only one other Massachusetts or New England based barbecue group that I know of, and they only have like 500 people, and that guy's also an admin or a moderator on our group too. But I'm trying to pave some pavers myself with my backline smoker, and trying to keep the tradition all wood, and just trying to offer a type of barbecue that you don't really find in this part of the country, or at least where I live. There's only maybe a handful of people that do it the way I'm doing it, and I'm in that handful. And I'm trying to, you know what I mean? So
well, yeah, and you guys are known for like up north. I mean, when I think of meat up north, I think of obviously steakhouses. I think of cold cuts. Gabagool.
Italian food.
Gabagool.
Hey, gabagool.
Have you guys done anything where y'all smoke something and then turn that into a cold cut or that type? Have you done any crossover type of stuff?
Oh, I've done. I take a the biggest one I could find, but a top round roast, and smoke that, and slice it real thin, and make at least up in the Northeast what we call a traditional Northeastern roast beef sandwich.
Yeah.
So I do that all the
three-way,
time.
we call it.
Nice.
It's actually a North Shore, mostly a North Shore of Boston thing when it comes to roast beef sandwiches. When it comes to the Italian roast beef sandwich, and the three-way is cheese, sauce, mayo. And you can get them in different sizes. That's me and John did a couple of these eating competitions.
That's awesome.
There's nothing like a homemade smoked one. We're also known for our Italian food, right? So my wife throws down my mother's meatball recipes, my grandmother's meatball recipe, which is in the family for years, and she put a twist on it the other time, which was freaking amazing. She goes, I'm gonna make jalapeno stuffed meatballs. Whoa! But you're gonna smoke them. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Yeah. That sounds amazing. So she changed the recipe a little bit, so it's not quite the Italian one that we do, but it's pretty damn close. It just, whatever she did, it makes it go well with the jalapeno and the cheddar, when she stuffed it in there, and those were delicious. Brushed with barbecue sauce at the end and a little bit of rub. Those were delicious. But I can't think of anything else that I haven't smoked any gabagool.
I do smoked chicken palm.
Yeah. Oh, nice. You smoked it.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds good too.
Wow. Put them right in the skillets and get some smoke on it. Then have another skillet with the sauce, so that's getting some smoke. Then just combine it, crank the heat up to melt the cheese a bit. Out of this world.
Yeah, amazing. And I definitely love the pastrami's. I do a ton of them.
Yeah,
I like doing full packer pastrami's, full packer primes. A friggin' little mustard seed, black pepper, coriander, done. Crush them up, crush the seeds up myself with no mallet. Little olive oil binder. I don't use any mustard, by the way, but any binders. They should just disqualify mustard from being a binder, in my opinion. It smears too much. Don't get that even. For me, I find that you just don't get an even coat. Smudges more for some reason. I think the olive oil, although expensive, so used sparingly, it just sucks it right in. I don't know, but that's that smoked chicken palm though. I'm gonna make one of those now. It got me going with that. That sounds amazing. I got an idea. How about this? Baked stuffed smoked manicotti.
There you go.
All right, little manicotti. Throw it in the smoker, just like you would your oven.
That's it.
That's it. There's so much we could do.
Absolutely.
Done.
Yes.
And
I love the Italian spin on barbecue. I think that's very interesting.
Smoked stuffed peppers. Oh. And then stuff the peppers instead of with hamburger, you stuff it with brisket. Right?
It's called a Texas Twinkie.
Yeah.
No, no. I'm
Yes.
talking about.
Tell them what it is.
No, I know what a Texas Twinkie is, but I'm talking about the big bell pepper
Yeah,
I know what
well,
you're
I knew what he
talking
was
about.
talking
with the rice and everything. Not the jalapenos. Yeah. A version of, yes,
A
exactly.
version of
A version of
the king
big stuffed
size
bell
Texas
pepper.
Twinkie.
Size
Ooh,
Texas
yeah.
Twinkie.
Like a banana, like stuff a big fucking banana pepper, you know?
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to see. You'd have to use a whole lot of bacon for that damn thing, though.
That's right.
What
That's
about
right.
some tailgating? You guys do a lot of tailgating out there?
Pats
Oh, yeah.
games and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that are
Oh, yeah.
pretty big whenever you can get out there, you know? I know. Boo, boo, boo.
Yeah, I had we used to tailgate for years. I had season tickets to the Patriots for like 15 years. And it was so down. I think the tailgate was the best part.
It really was.
Getting everything together, and we used to use the preseason games to get our timing down of getting into the parking lot to our spot. How fast can we have the truck emptied, the grill fired up at temperature, and beer in hand? How quick can we do it? And we had it down to an absolute science. And what I found funny was I used the same techniques with the barbecue now. If I'm going somewhere and doing it, the having all your certain things in certain totes and your placement and everything. It was a direct correlation between the two of them. But the tailgates, get some
and then
chili
you guys
rolling.
have the added element of having to deal with the weather. That's something that
snow.
we've talked about when we first started this show. We were having some cold weather. Randy shared some tips. What are some things that you guys do to kind of battle the elements?
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Is there anything else?
Warm clothes.
Bourbon.
We do
We John and I, what you call all year rounders. So we don't, we shovel our driveway, and then shortly thereafter, or even maybe first, we shovel our pits out. We're always, that's it. Pits,
driveway.
or driveway pit, depending on if my wife has to get out. If she doesn't have to go anywhere, the pits get done first. It's always that. I'll tell you right now. I said this to John recently. I just realized this recently, now that I've been cooking behind a backline 500 in the friggin' miserable, humid 100-degree weather. I realized something this week. I don't like barbecuing in the summertime. I'm a fall and I'm a spring guy. When it comes down to it, those are the best damn times of year. It is the perfect weather. You guys know those cool nights. You guys probably get it down there. It is just, it's got the nice breeze. It's just, And if I had to choose, I'd probably choose wintertime over July and August to stand behind my pit. It is freaking hot.
Yeah.
Hot.
It's too hot to be mainly in a 300-degree pit and then have a 100-degree outside. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
It's hot. I don't have a pool or nothing. So, and then when I'm on these jobs, you're like, why did we hire that guy? Look how much he sweats. It's ridiculous. I'm like wearing a headband, right, with the hat over it, so the sweat doesn't drip into my face. But if I take the hat off, I have like a rooftop pool on the top of my headband, on the top of my head. I gotta like shake it out every once in a while. It's like ridiculous. So the spring and the fall are nice, like
you think, Greg, you think you got it bad? Try being a 300-pounder doing it.
I sweat like a 300-pounder. All right.
Nobody sweats like a 300-pounder. I'm telling you.
Fact.
We get a sweat breaking out just putting the shirt on. I was like, man.
No.
Getting out already. I ain't out the door.
I sweat like the best of them. That's always been a thing. If you know me, you know I sweat. That's it. I'm always chesting out, shouldering out with some sweat marks all over my. It's crazy.
He's starting to sweat right now.
No,
he's sweating right now.
No, I'm in
I'll
my
guarantee
basement. My basement's nice and cool right now. I'm good. It just thunder showered out here again. I was actually scraping out the smoke. I was cleaning it, and of course I'm leaning into an all metal cylinder when the lightning strikes again. Like someone's out to get me. I was just halfway through the clean. Halfway through the clean, and friggin' thunder just hit. We're like, okay, see you later. So I got to go finish that tomorrow. Which is like a whole thing because you wear your dirty clothes to go do it once, and you don't want to have to go do it again. You go finish it because of the rain.
Yeah. So what do y'all cook up at y'all's tailgates? What's on the menu?
We
got
really
one
kept
coming
it.
up.
We kept it simple. You know, we either your typical wings, sausages, burgers and dogs, and steak tips. Okay. You know, we do those. But with the burgers, we'd start getting, I wouldn't say technically creative, but, you know, we'd add all type, whatever we could find. You know, like we'd kind of try to do our spin-off of that burger. Was it, is it Indiana or Minnesota, that Juicy Lucy?
Yeah.
We do a spin on that as best we could in a parking lot, but we'd fill the center of the two patties with barbecue sauce and crumbled up bacon. So you got that little nice warm, you know, but it was all, you know, whatever was really quick. You know, we weren't there. You know, we'd mix it like a chili the night before, and we'd have that on like, you know, the portable burner or something, you know, going. But that was it. Anything else, it was fairly quick cooking stuff.
Are the steak tips, are those akin to tri-tips, what we do here in Texas?
No.
Different. Not a tri. These are like sirloin steak tips. I know a tri-tip is bottom loin, but this is different. These are different. But Boston's
basically
known,
like a big sirloin roast, and
cut into little chunks.
Cut them into, you know, cubes, like burnt end type size.
Yes.
1 inch, 1.5.
Okay. But grilled.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like hot and fast. You know, in Boston, you know, like New York's known for hot dogs, right? New York, you know, like Chicago too, but you go to New York off a street vendor and you get a hot dog from a street vendor, right? In Boston, those are sausages. We're known for that. So when you go to like the Red Sox games and stuff like that, or just on the, you know, see a vendor on the side of the road or something, a lot of times it's all the sausage vendors. So sausage has always been, sausage, peppers, onions was always a big one for me, for any tailgate or barbecue. Steak tips and sausages. It's like the go-to. And then someone always seemed to always have some sauce with meatballs or something in a crock pot nearby or something. Just keep them warm. Make little take a couple scoops out of the sausage. There's always something like that going on. There's always a little Italian something in the background, at least for me growing up. You know, and all my cookouts and tailgates. Always goes back to something. Someone will be grilling sausages or something. Someone's dad will be over there, you know, heating up the actual sauce with sausages and stuff he cooked in the sauce.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So y'all stopped being season ticket holders because Brady left? Is that what I'm?
No,
Brady left. Y'all left, or the prices got too high, like the Cowboys.
The prices got too high. I had it was section 106, row 10, seats 3 and 4. I was right on the 10-yard line, 10 rows up. You could smell the cheerleaders. Right?
You freaking creep.
So we started out at, I think it was $99 a ticket per game, which wasn't bad.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That was back then,
that. And by the time we were done, it was, I think, $250 a game they wanted. Oof. And it was like, my buddy's like, dude, I can't do it. His wife was pregnant with the 4th kid on the way, mortgage, all this stuff. And then it got even outside the tailgating, back to the tailgating aspect of it. They started saying, because obviously with the New England, with the weather, we would set up the pop-up tents. So then they put in a rule that if you wanted to do a pop-up tent, you had to buy another parking spot. So you were spending $50 to park the truck, then you spend another $50 for the spot next year in order to put up your tent for your tailgate. It wound up being like a barbecue competition. It was $1,000 weekend to go to the football game. You know, so it was like, they started, it just got way too overpriced. And we're like, forget it. I can take that money and go buy some monster TV, and I don't have to wait in the line for the bathroom, and the beer's always cold in the fridge.
There it is.
I can tailgate at home.
That's what we do.
Right. I got a driveway.
Yeah. And pop-up tents.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's the best way to do it. Set it up at home.
Set it up at home. Own tailgate. I like that.
Hey, you ain't have to worry about getting thrown out.
Nope.
I don't know. I can manage to get thrown out of a house.
neighbors be giving me shit. Right? My neighbors are on top of me here. Oh, man, I'll tell you, they don't like when I light up that when I get my folding stack for my smoker. Everyone's like everyone else except for my people right next door. Everyone loves it, but the people next door, man, they don't like it.
He's at it again.
They don't like it at all. I hear that son of a bitch is at it again. I'm like, your windows are open, Carol. Windows are open.
I can still hear you.
I can hear you. And then she'd be like, I wanted you to hear me. I'm like, oh my God. I'm throwing extra wood in for you.
Yeah. You want some? I'll take you a plate.
Now she's just pissing me off. So I'll just take my Weber kettle out at will. I'll just light up the charcoal chimney, just dump it in there and crush the friggin' air vents and just let it smoke for hours without even cooking anything.
That's shit I would do. You ain't lying. That's something I would do.
You
want to play that game, right?
I get all spiteful and shit. She called the friggin' Board of Health because she said I was running a catering business out of my house. I'm like, and then the lady called me. I'm like, oh, I don't know what my neighbor's talking about, but I definitely don't run a catering business out of my house. And she goes, oh, you licensed? I said, absolutely. And I sent her my license. I work out of a kitchen 10 minutes up the road. And I don't cook in my driveway. I only practice, comps for myself. I cook for myself. And I practice for, comp or just hanging out with Johnny. Come over, we'll cook something, whatever, I think one day she freaked out because we were practicing for the comp. And I had my barbecue broker catering tent up and, wash buckets and, like the whole, it was like before John actually helped me with my first on-site gig. It was for a buddy of his. And so we exactly how, when we were doing this practicing for a comp, we set up our kind of like our little 10 by 10 area. And we're also just practicing. We're also setting up for that. So she thought we probably were selling food or something. No one was coming to my driveway. A couple of neighbors came up. Oh, nice tent. What are you guys doing? We're like practicing for a competition and practicing the setup for next week's on-site event, And so she got her panties in a bunch, but I'm licensed and I sent it out. So we good now.
I've been there before.
You're the one we know, Randy. No. Sounds like somebody else we know.
So hence the foodless smoking Weber kettle. You want to call the Board of Health on me? Well, I just made the left side of my house my new pit with all my smokers there. So congrats to you.
I've had them call me before too, saying, "Oh, you're selling barbecue in this neighborhood unlicensed." I said, "Well, that's kind of funny because I'm not." I'm like, if you can find evidence that I was, hey, go ahead and send me that ticket. I'll pay for it. Like, I'm catering. I'm happy to deliver to someone who lives in the neighborhood. And then they try to say, you're not licensed. So I did send them everything. And they asked about the sauce. Were you licensed for the sauce? I said, yes, I am. You can look it up on the site. Yeah.
Oh, they asked you about the sauce?
They try to get me on everything. I'm like, I've done across my eyes, across my T's, everything. What else do you want? I got it.
You got to do it that way. You know, there's going to be haters out there, so you might as well do it the right way, and just be prepared when they come, and that's it.
Haters be hate, especially this one. But like you said, karma comes back, and the man upstairs will take care of it. When don't worry, just handle it the right way. Like you said, have your I's dotted and your T's crossed, which we do, and That's it.
That reminds me of a TikTok I
I'll
saw.
tell you.
The Mad Scientist is he in the kitchen creating some new sauces over there?
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I've been using it. So I
You've
created
been-
3. So one is like a low sugar, almost no sugar type thing. Except people wanting it. And then one is a peach, like peach apple. And then one is raspberry chipotle. And that peach apple, man, I've been using it all day.
Oh
Yeah.
I've been hot dogs yesterday. Had it on a hamburger for lunch. Had it on some
Wow.
brisket tacos. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
I think when this one drops, it's gonna be out of this world.
Is it a totally different base from the ones you're using now?
It's pretty much the same base. It's just got a different flavor. Like
Different little
you
tangent
taste
of
taste
flavor?
nothing but like apple first, and then you get the peach that comes in and just kicks you, and then the raspberry chipotle is you get the raspberry flavor and then a nice big kick, and then it just mellows out.
All right. Nice. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it.
awesome.
Just
That
had
sounds
wanted,
delicious.
yeah, wanted to be something different. I mean, raspberry chipotle, everyone's got it. I mean, Blues Hogs has got it. I just
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah.
to be something that my comp guys can use, and you know, mix it with different sauces. My sauce, you can dip it in, so it's gonna be thicker base.
Yep.
So, but it'll be, I think it'll be good.
Looking forward to trying that.
I'll send y'all a bottle once I get it. I gotta get it. The recipe
Yeah,
down
'cause
first.
Perfected.
I don't think I have much left of what you gave me because my kids would be using that just to dip their chicken nuggets in, you know. And they like the hot one too. They go
Oh,
for the hot. I'm
dude.
like, go for the sweet. Save the hot for dad.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on ribs. Damn it!
You know. I know.
Like I said, I like I said, we had the Bloody Mary with it and all that when we were doing shots when you guys were on the show with it. I actually found out I tip it upside down, I take the cap off, and I do a little dab before I go out on the town. Ooh, the ladies are loving it.
Yeah, they're licking your ears. That's like, oh, you got something right over here.
So good.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever
That's
works,
so
right?
sweet.
Whatever works.
You better not wear that shit around me. I'll fucking lick your ears too.
That's an
I don't
episode I
mind.
gotta see.
Right on the show. Bring it.
I was gonna say he's gonna do it on the
I'll
show.
tongue the shit out of that ear. Put some barbecue sauce on it. I'm all over it. Let's go.
He's gonna go all Mike Tyson on me.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh,
That's all.
I'll give you the piece back though. I don't think poor bastard got it. Holyfield.
no,
was it
Holyfield
right?
didn't get the piece back.
He didn't get the piece back. No. Poor bastard.
Yeah. It still looks ugly. But,
Oh,
Tough.
Crazy. Life.
uh,
What you
I
got?
don't think I had another question.
You're the one that's got all the deep questions.
So let's say someone getting into podcasting, whatever it is, what advice would y'all give them?
start.
Yeah, to start.
Stick
Just
to it.
Start.
Just do it.
You know,
Stick to it.
Just do it.
Give him the
I
stats.
was a little different case, so to speak, because of my friend had the professional studio, and you know, so I walked right into the sound quality, the video quality,
Formatting, everything.
you know,
Yeah.
all that stuff. You know, I had, you know, the producer right there to do all the uploads, and you know, so on that aspect, I'm a completely different story. But the first thing would be start. Get your topic and just start. Whether it be a Facebook Live, a YouTube Live, you know, whatever platform you can do. Start, then consistency. If you're gonna do it, do it in time if that's all possible.
Yeah.
You know, just, you know, like you guys, we're recording right now, and the episode is going to drop on the 12th. You know, but you have the same drop day for every episode. You know, so that's the one thing. The consistency is the key to it, because you're going to start building an audience, and they're going to expect, oh, it's coming up to 5:00 on Tuesday afternoon. Oh, it's time for the Pit Life Boys. You know, it becomes part of everybody's. It kind of becomes part of everyone's routine.
Yeah,
you know,
it really has.
Now, what's the stat that Dave said? 94% of podcasts don't make it past what episode?
Episode 4.
You remember what he said?
And I think it was more than 94,
Mm,
but it was
Yeah.
don't even make it.
don't get past episode 4. So yeah, that's the 2 tips: is start and be consistent with it.
Okay.
And try not to take the weeks off. You know, if you're not gonna, well, we do it live, so it's a little different, where you guys can pre-record and play it when you want. Live is interesting. I found out in December.
Yeah.
Well,
because John doesn't really get out of work at any like normal time, because it's Christmas. He's a mailman. So
like yesterday, it was the day after the holiday, so I was slammed at work. So I wasn't getting out till late, and hit some traffic on the way up there.
Yeah.
But Greg was just bringing up Christmas for an example. Obviously, by day, I work for the post office. I'm a mailman. So Christmas is my busy season. I'm going from 6:00 in the morning till 8:00 at night. So that 5:00 window in Salem, New Hampshire, doesn't work. So what we actually did this year, and we also got to play because we are in that studio at the store. We got to look at the calendar to find out like holidays. You know, does Tuesday fall on Christmas Day or New Year? You know, thanks. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what we would do on that is we'd figure out a day we can get together, and we'd book the studio and do a couple episodes.
Okay.
So that month
we did 3 back to back.
Yeah, we did the 3 weeks from.
We bought a change of clothes for every hour.
I like that.
And we had to work back, and we had to work backwards from like 2 days before Christmas. Like, Christmas is in 2 days, you know, but it really was in 3 weeks, you know. So, and we had to go backwards. But the point of it all is that we had to keep it. We didn't want to lose the audience.
Yeah.
So if you had to take out, you know, if we had to miss a week or two, I mean, shit, people go on their merry way after that, and they kind of forget about you. So I would say the third tip would be try to keep it consistent, as in the way that you don't miss any weeks. Do everything you can to try to air that show every week, no matter what.
Yeah, because like we said, we did it on Veterans Day. We banged out 3 episodes. We banged out the month of December on Veterans Day.
On Veterans Day,
you know,
that was a nice month to have. That was a nice month to have off, actually.
Well, the time was kind of nice. Yeah. Well, speak for yourself, because I was running my ass.
You didn't have the day
off.
You didn't
nice.
have
I was like, this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
It was funny because I was actually able to like watch the show the day that it came on and be in the chat. Well, I was in the chat with you guys, but I wasn't talking from behind from the studio.
Yeah.
I was watching it live. I was watching the same taped when you guys were and commenting at the same time.
And oddly enough, there was only a handful of people who were kind of catching it, going,
right.
Wait a minute.
How are you talking with me right now, but you're having a conversation with Greg? Well, I go, this was recorded a month ago.
Yeah, people get a little mad because we weren't talking to them in the chat, because there was no chat when we did it.
And that was the other thing, because we couldn't do shout outs. You know,
right.
Like the shout outs is part of our thing. Hey, what's up, Randy? Yeah. What's up, Junior? Hey, C-Mac, you know.
Yeah.
We can't do those in the thing. Or you kind of roll the dice a little bit and just start spitting out names because you're figuring they're
this
gonna
person
be
will
there
show
at
up at
some
this time.
point.
There's people texting us. Oh, why didn't you? I tried to ask you this. Why didn't you say this or whatever? And I'm like, because we weren't live. I taped it 2 weeks ago.
That's some great and of course you got to have a good producer that keeps you in line. That's the key. Y'all got a great one. We've got a great one. So find that person
It's
that can
huge.
keep you in line. That's gonna do
Junior.
the stuff that we don't even know. Like I don't know. He cuts this and tapes this and does all this. And I'm like, I don't even know how much time he spends on it. I don't even
It's a lot.
know.
It's a secret.
It's a lot.
That's why I see him walk in all the time.
That's right.
Right here. This is one of the tags for one of my trays of letters. So just to prove that I'm spending time with you boys while I'm out on the street, the last episode, I did write down a couple quick comments I had from that episode. And I got to go with Chris. When you said Chris is a good producer, Chris is a great producer because I'm right with him. The Domino's pizza thin crust is no joke.
I haven't had Domino's since in a while.
Since college, I don't think.
Crust is a home run.
Dude, it's been a long time. Papa John.
That's
they
awesome.
changed the
That's
recipe.
awesome.
They got a new CEO like 5 or 6 years ago, and he changed the game apparently. But I don't know. I haven't ordered dog. We have so many good pizza places around here.
How about
And
say y'all have
like
your
Domino's?
Your pick.
You know, we do. We have a lot of brick oven type. places.
We have either the corporate giants, or we have like the boutique pizzas, like $40 a pizza.
And I'm not paying that. I'm not paying $12 a slice for something. I can't do it. It's just.
And, I'll tell you what. You know what I did that was pretty cool. So my pizza peel that I use from the Green Egg, it actually fits. I have a 15-inch or a 16-inch. Whatever it is,
like a
stone that I
stone?
make the pizza on. But I built bricks. I like 6 bricks high, and then I put a paver, and then I put the stone in my firebox of my offset. And my pizza peel fit right through the door perfectly. So I was able to make brick oven pizza, wood fired pizza in my backline firebox.
That's awesome.
That was badass. And we have access to really good fresh mozzarella. You know what I mean? That's made local. And I got some fresh mozzarella, some basil, and I probably made one of the best pizzas. It was like the Green Egg makes phenomenal. Like any Kamado will make great pizza, and because it's the ceramic. But this pizza here was next level.
Was the bomb.
And the fact that I cooked it in my offset smoke and firebox, pushed the fire forward a little bit, and just cooked it in there. Like shut the door, and it was hot in there. That pizza started bubbling up within 30 seconds. It was awesome. That was fun.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, but we do have a lot of pizza places around here. There's a lot of Italian food places. I mean, this is it. This is where it is.
We have some that say Italian food, but
yeah, it's the same thing there. It's just like we have places that say barbecue too.
There you go.
It's a trade.
We have those things that say barbecue. Like, oh no.
There's only one restaurant that is cooking on a propane tank, all wood, converted. There's one place, Rusty Can, good dude. He's got 2 1000s on a big trailer, covered in everything, and they face each other, so the fireboxes are flipped, and they're both facing on the outside before you walk up the steps. Pretty cool. And he's got an extra 500 off to the side on skids, just in case he needs the extra space. So he's got 2,500 gallons, and that guy is putting in time, and he's there at 1 o'clock every morning. He's putting all his meat on, and he's like, you know what I mean? Like that guy's doing it, and he's known to have probably some of the best barbecue around here. There's also another place called BT Smokehouse. Those guys are using J&R oilers. They got the meat carousel.
Yeah.
So he cooks some really good barbecue, and there's a few other places. But it's funny, the ones that are doing it, that have decent barbecue, or it's either on a J&R oiler, or it's on a converted propane tank like I run, or the Rusty Can runs.
Yeah.
Anyone else that they're trying to do it on any other type of smoker, whether it be some propane assist, Old Hickory or Southern Pride or whatever. There's a lot of those people around here trying to pull off some barbecue with that, and there's a couple decent places that are doing it, but for the majority, like you said, it says barbecue on the sign, but
Yeah, you don't smell the barbecue.
you don't smell any wood. Yeah, I'm not going in.
That's it.
Yeah. In the same way, if I don't smell, I'm like, yeah, I'm pass you right by.
Smelling like smoke.
Yeah.
To be fair, we have a couple of those places up here too, or down here.
We have a whole
Yeah,
chain
yeah.
of it. We have a whole chains of it.
Yeah. I'm sure.
So which one of y'all can beat Joey Chestnut? Hot dogs. Who's going? Who's taking them down next year?
Johnny's
75?
He did 76.
76.
76 hot dogs and buns.
I got Mags hitting 80. That's where I put my money on.
How do we
hitting
enter
80.
him in this contest? I'll pay the entry fee.
Why don't you enter this contest in real life? I don't
Oh,
understand.
because I come nowhere near it. I come nowhere near it. I'd be honest with you, I never even
have the
tried it.
confidence. You have the
I've
confidence,
never
John.
tried it.
There's some people that do it that I've watched. It's like, I don't know how you made it, but it's just not.
If I buy you the hot dogs, will you try it? In the buns?
I'd give it a shot. Like I said, I'm not.
Let's make sure he has a day off, a couple of days off after that. Just in case.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if we did it on the air?
Yes.
and we did one extra, hot dog setup and bun just to try to beat Mr. Chestnuts. All right, and then you did it and you broke the record live on the air.
That would go viral.
Be so epic. Oh my god!
I think you got to do it now. You got to give it a shot now.
77 hot dogs and buns? Are you?
I don't even. There's a time limit to it. What is it, like an hour?
10 minutes.
You gotta do all that special
10
shit like ducking
minutes.
water and do all that stuff.
Yeah, there's a technique. I'd start YouTubing it. There's a technique. You gotta drink
You got to give him
water.
some time to prepare. We got.
He works out his jaw muscles and stuff. Because if you watch it, like, you're like disjointed to eat it, and I'm like,
no, he's shoving hot dogs in. There's like, he's got to have some type of meat grinder in his mouth or something. He's shoving them right in, and they're
It's
gone.
like, how is he breathing?
He eats two hot dogs at a time.
Yeah.
So he literally takes the hot dogs out of the buns, and he'll eat 2 hot dogs at a time while he's dipping the 2 buns
the
in
bread.
the water.
in water. Yeah.
Then comes up with the buns. Another 2. The buns.
It's
2
10
buns.
minutes.
Yeah, you got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
But if you look at it like,
look, I'm gonna
he's
take
killing
it back.
people.
Don't do it. Don't kill yourself.
Are they room temperature hot dogs? Like, what is the temperature we're talking here? Are they cold?
Oh,
Are
they gotta be room temperature.
They gotta be room
because they're-
temp, right?
They're sitting there for a while.
Yeah. This is
The
interesting.
best I ever did was this. Oh, I can't even remember how long ago, but it was live on the show with when I had my old co-host Messy Mike. He challenged me to a burrito eating contest live on the air, and he showed up with 2 5-pound burritos. Okay, the burrito was the size of my arm from tip to elbow. It was, and I did it in somewhere right around 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And it was, but yeah, that was, so right now, that was the best and fastest kind of big thing I've ever eaten. I've done a couple different chug ones, and that was just a joke. Half gallon of eggnog around Christmas. And
that was not a good challenge that we did that. That I felt.
Oh, we only did a quart. I did a half
It was like
gallon with
drinking
him.
nails. It was like drinking nails.
I like
Eggnog.
spicy stuff. Do a pepper eating challenge.
Oh,
We
Yeah, no.
we did it. We did the deadly brisket challenge. It's a 6-ounce chopped brisket, sloppy Joe, with the 3 hottest peppers known to man in it, and the mayo they use is also ghost pepper mayo.
Oh.
And it was, what was it? Ghost pepper, Carolina Reaper,
Scorpion.
and the Scorpion. Yeah, that's
Oh,
like I think it was the Trinidad Scorpion or something.
No way.
Yep, that's it. Yep. So
Yeah.
there was 3 of those. So I did the challenge first, and I actually broke the time record. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know there was a time record. I just wanted to finish this thing. I had 10 minutes. I had 10 minutes to eat it, and like again, this was up at a barbecue place up in New Hampshire, pretty decent place, and yeah, I had 10 minutes to finish it. You have to wear the black nitrile gloves. You can't wipe your face. You can't wipe your sweat. You can't do anything. You have to sit there and burn. Once you eat the sandwich and you're done, you're going to have there's a 10-minute burn time that you have to sit there and just burn. Can't drink anything. Can't wipe your eyes. Can't take the gloves off. And I just wanted to get through the sandwich. I started eating it. The first bite, I was like, yeah, this is hot. This is the hottest thing I've ever eaten. And I just so at that time, there's only been 2 guys out of 40. No, at the time, I think there was 2 guys out of 30 that had finished the sandwich. And both guys took almost a whole 10 minutes even to eat the sandwich. And then they had to wait 10 minutes. I went in at it 2 minutes and 7 seconds, and I finished the whole thing. And I did the burn time, and I got the T-shirt. Yeah, I got the T-shirt. Then then I challenged John to it, and he friggin' housed the shit out of it. He did it in 2 minutes and
12
seconds. 2 minutes and 12. We were like 5 seconds basically difference. I won,
and it was
but the time per se. But honestly, we both crushed it, and we both hold the highest times out of 40 people or 50 people now. There's only 4 people or 5 people that have completed this challenge. We are 2 of them, and we hold the time record.
Nice.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
With those, it was like 6 or 7 million Scovilles.
Oh,
shit.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
Randy, we're never
no
doing
milk.
that, so.
You can't drink milk
Well,
or nothing.
not until 10 minutes.
Here's the best part.
Okay.
Here's the best part. So you finish the sandwich, and then the owner comes out and goes, "All right, can't touch nothing, can't get that."
Yeah, the burn time.
He goes, "Your time start." Oh, hold on 1 second. And he takes this big pint glass full of ice cold milk and just puts it right in front of your face. Your time starts now. So you got to sit for 10 minutes just on fire, staring at this glass of milk.
Dude, your mouth is burning with the shit dripping down from the slop. It's like a sloppy Joe. So your mouth is just burning. Oh. So we both dealt with it in our own different ways. It's kind of interesting. John did it the probably the smart way by actually going outside after and puking before the ride home and getting the demon right out of him. I kept it in. I don't know why. I went home. I took the demon home with me. I'm sitting on the couch about 4 or 5 hours later, and I didn't know which end it was going to come out. And it ended up coming out both ends almost at the same time. My wife thought I was having an exorcism. She was worried. She's like, "Why didn't you just puke it up later?" I said, "I have no idea." "Get out of here now, woman." It was like ridiculous. I shit and I threw up for hours, and it just sat in my stomach, and I literally felt it just work its way through my intestines, burning everything in sight.
Yeah.
It's not something I want to do again.
And if you want to check it out, we actually did the show live on location that day.
Yep.
So that was one of the episodes.
That was a good show.
Find it for sure.
Right there. So it's got the video. The video's on that, and it's also on my YouTube channel. We got them on both. But I just sat there with my arms crossed like this. I kind of just shut my brain off.
No. Your arm, his arm, he started going like this. He doesn't remember,
I just started twisting my hands.
He started twisting his arm, and his
burnt
face was
so
going
bad.
down.
I was trying to.
You were trying to get the pain somewhere else.
Oh yeah.
Let me bring my hand over here and see that work.
So yeah, where's that? So that's on the episode. Yours was live on the episode. And then mine was, we did a Q review and we put it on the New England Pitmasters YouTube channel. So if you go on New England Pitmasters YouTube channel, we only have like 2 videos up there, but I think it's the second Q review. was at
because the second
smokehouse.
one because COVID
That's
hit
what-
just after that.
Yeah,
Just after that. So it was the second Q review we did, and I think it was at the smokehouse, and you can see my video, and it was freaking, it was hot. I had the whole at the time. John did it. It was cold. It was like wasn't many people in there because COVID had.
Oh,
right,
it was literally in
happening.
the middle of COVID. How we were able to get it inside and do it was beyond me.
But when I was there was people in the restaurant, and everyone's cheering, like they're like singing "Eye of the Tiger," like just randoms in there. Because everyone could smell it when it hit the table. You see some lady like across from me, like behind me. She was like, "Oh my god, I could!" It starts coughing. Like the whole place started coughing. That's how.
I gotta bring it out with the hazmat suit.
Yeah.
No. The guy says in the back that he wears like 4 pairs of gloves and a thing over his face, and he makes it like
It's like man
legit.
versus food type stuff.
Yeah.
It's really
That's one of the
is.
episodes that came to mind where he like had his freak out moment where like it was too spicy. He had to like pour gallons of milk on his face and like he's like, I'm done. I'm done.
The
I'm
wings.
done. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wings, yeah.
Yes, the wings.
He tapped
He
out.
was in the cooler. He was in the ice box, just trying to
Yes.
cool his thing.
it helps. It's
Contemplating his
cold
life
air.
choices.
That's probably
Is
why
there-
both of them left. It's because
probably why he
the
quit that
spicy
episode.
I
stuff.
think it was.
He went back there and he did it again and accomplished it.
Oh,
But
nice.
he did a podcast with the comedian Bert Kreischer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He did the Bert Kreischer's podcast, and apparently that first time the restaurant put the screws to him.
Oh.
They actually added some more extract.
Damn.
So they jacked it up even higher just
That's
to
messed
mess with
up.
So then the Discovery Channel and his crew caught wind of that, and I guess there was all types of hell to pay. So then when he went back there, they had to do it on the level, and he did it the second time.
Yeah, I heard that one too.
Wow, that's
But
you don't got to be that.
That's
mean.
wild.
That's mean.
Yeah, you don't do that.
That's
Yeah,
mean to somebody.
Kill somebody, like
You
literally
could,
kill
yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, with that extract, that capsaicin extract,
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, some of that stuff, if you're not careful with it, it's gonna mess you up.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Hot brisket challenge. I've got it.
Hot brisket challenge.
I gotta see it. I just want to see it.
It was fun. That was a fun episode. Because it was fun for me because I didn't have to do it because I'd already done it. And I knew what this poor bastard was about to endure. And I was just like, I couldn't get enough of it, man. It was great. I just wanted to see this motherfucker burn a little bit. I don't know why I love it, but I want to see you burn. I want to see your hair on fire. You know what I mean?
And whatever I had that day, it was burning. It was on fire. That was for sure.
Yeah, you almost your eyebrows almost melted off just from the friggin' the heat. It was.
Yeah, he's kind
that
of
was-
grinning over here a little bit in these videos. I'm just kind of clicking through. You got
Yeah.
that grin, like.
Yeah. It was fun, man. That was a good one. We did
Oh,
live.
man.
We had Chrissy on still. All right, Chrissy was in the background, or was it Ben? Was
Ben.
it Ben? It was
Ben.
Ben. Yeah, it was Ben, the producer. That was a fun one. Oh man, don't ever want to do that again. Man, I've eaten like a straight up, ghost pepper or whatever. It's hot. Burns for a little bit, but you handle it. But this thing was like, it was like it was like 100 ghost peppers. It was like I don't even know. It wasn't just ghost pepper. That Reaper, man. Woo-hoo-hoo. That Reaper is like no joke.
Oh,
How do they get all these flavors? Because I'm looking at it, and it looks like a brisket sandwich that we would make on the weekend. Like we would just make a regular size brisket sandwich to have that much heat in it is amazing.
Oh, they chopped up the peppers. They even made a friggin' ghost pepper mayonnaise that they used on it. The ghost pepper was the least hot out of the two peppers, though. That Trinidad Scorpion and that Reaper one, man, it's like the toe of Satan.
Yeah, and
Like,
then what was the other? There was one Marugo, something. That was one of the names of one of the other peppers.
it was a three. I think it
No,
was just three.
sorry. The Buchula.
Naga, the
Buchula.
Bucha Loca. Bucha.
Yes. The Bucha Loca.
But I think that's a
Scorpion?
Scorpion one. I think that's a Scorpion. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
either
it was-
that. It was either
it was
the
hot.
Bucha, one of the Scorpion ones.
It was
He
by far
says-
the hottest thing we've ever ate.
Their whole thing is it's the 3 hottest peppers that you can get at one time, in a 6-ounce brisket sandwich on a freaking brioche. You just go for it, quick.
Oof.
Yeah, you gotta
Quickly
be
go
quick.
for it. But you're worried too. You're like, if I go for this too fast, is my throat just gonna close up and I'm gonna die in front of everybody? Like, this is a reality. Oh, they make you sign a waiver. Yeah, it's a 4-page waiver. You sign before you even take it, before you can eat it. You have to sign the waiver, like in front of people.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's legit. 4-page waiver. And the very last page is, we are not responsible if you die. Basically, in big writing.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's very, very intimidating.
Yeah,
Just
if you have
that
that
alone.
kind of challenge, you gotta make sure you're covered.
Oh
You
yeah.
gotta cover yourself on that one.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, this is.
Yeah. Yep.
I encourage the listeners to go watch this on their thing or
Because if I'm-
because you got to see it because he's over there laughing and you can see the sweat like through the screen. I can see the sweat just dripping from him. And the timer sees he's in the timer saying, I mean, you tore it up. Like you did it right. Like if that's what you're gonna do, just bite, don't really stop.
Oh,
Just keep
get at it.
moving and-
Just go
Yeah.
for it.
Anything falls out onto the paper, you got to eat it. You can't waste it. It's all going to be gone, like
Yeah.
legit gone. That's it. It's hot, man. Whew. It was. I didn't think I'd ever be able to eat brisket after that.
That might ruin it. It might if you.
It almost did, because there was no taste. I don't even remember a taste of brisket. John, do you?
No.
I
It
couldn't
was
tell you.
just pure heat.
It could
See,
have
that's
been
what we
dog
get
shit.
into too, and people want it so hot. Oh, it's got to be more spicy. Are you really tasting? Wendy's all you taste is the spice. You don't taste the meat at a certain point.
No.
And there's
Not
no
at
way
all.
you tasted any kind of meat or bun or anything in this thing at all.
No, it's singed. It's literally like laminated your taste buds. Okay,
Yep.
like it just singed the shit out of them to the point where your eyeballs instantly popped out of your head, and your face just went from, regular color to inferno.
Yeah, because I took the first bite and I got it down. I'm like, okay, not bad. I took the second bite, and that's when the delay hit.
Yes.
There's like a 10-second delay. So I got the first bite down. I'm like, okay, not bad. Then I got the second bite, and then the heat came. So it was like
about
whoa.
20 seconds after the first bite.
Yeah,
And then the involuntary burping starts.
yeah.
Yep.
You're like, what is happening in my body right now? Like, why?
It's kind of
Yeah. Get it out of me. Get it out.
He starts burping. He can't
That is-
control it. He
that
just
is
looks at me
cruel.
like. And then the best part of it is there was one part, I think during the burn time. I must have been like 4 minutes in or something. And I was like, John, tell the listeners, look at the camera, tell the listeners exactly how you're feeling right now at this very time. And he just looks at me and he goes, fuck off. Something like that, right?
Oh, yeah, he's cussed you out a couple times already. Told you to shut up and told you this and that.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
said
trying to
something like,
interview. That's the
that's
funny
what
thing.
he
You were
said,
trying to
something like-
interview him as you can tell. It's just
And he goes,
he's
will
in
you
pain.
just shut up? And I was like, I will shut up right now. Like something like that, right?
Yeah, 'cause
You
you're like,
just
I'm
shut
drinking
the hell
beer.
I was drinking a beer at that time. It was delicious.
But it is
One of the
kind
best
of
beers.
they did stick the milk in front of it. And that's just kind of cruel right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a whole head game. It's a whole head game at the same
Yeah.
time. This is a mind over matter challenge. This is not a hot challenge. This is nothing like that. This is some straight up Marine Corps shit.
This is
All right. Like I'm like
I don't even. Wow.
yeah, mind over matter. You ain't getting over that unless you're strong minded. You can. It's not even a pain thing. It has to be a mind thing at that point.
Yeah.
You have to just fall into the zone and just accept that this is what's happening in your life right now.
And that's what I did. I literally, like I said, I folded my arms out like that.
Yep.
Cocked my head like this, just closed my eyes and just tried to shut my brain off. Everyone goes, oh, I think he passed out. And then
I thought he
my
did.
buddies are like, oh, he just died. They're like, you look like you just died.
My dad just went straight rigor mortis. He's like,
yeah. Just trying to shut
his
your
arms
brain off
sticking out.
for it. It's like,
Yeah.
so it's definitely the mind part of it. But
you didn't even remember the arm twist. You didn't remember your arm twisted. You were like down on the table, like, I didn't remember. Did I do that?
no.
You didn't even remember that.
I had to go back the next day and watch it.
When I did mine, dude, both Chris and Kevin were just drinking beers in front of me the whole time. I'm just like dying. It was like, shit. There's no way it can be any hotter than that. There's no way there's anything hotter than that in this planet, I don't think. We might have actually did the hottest challenge ever.
Oh, we can find something.
You guys.
Yeah, I'm sure someone can draw something up for you.
You come down and you'll.
Oh, we can find something.
Would you guys, Salinas brothers, would you even take a challenge like that? Would you even do a challenge like that?
No.
Have you done challenges like that? Do you like hot stuff? So many questions, so little time.
No.
I don't do hot stuff like that.
Okay. Oh man, yeah.
You'd have to bring that heat down, like a lot.
It's like
I know 6 million or whatever it was. We're talking about over here.
7 million Scovilles. Yeah,
You might get us to try something somewhat hot, but not to that level. There's no way I would ever.
Well, it's my big mouth that got us into this in the first place, John. Because when Cry took a ghost pepper out of his freezer and he goes, "Yeah, eat that," and I was like, and threw the stem out. And he goes, "You like hot stuff?" And I'm like, "This is pretty hot. I mean, I should fire the next morning. Let's be real." But it didn't tear up my insides. So then it was because of that these guys they didn't tell me. We were just going to do what we were doing is these Q reviews, and we'd go and highlight good barbecue places around the New England area. And they knew about this challenge, and they set it up with the guy because they knew they said that I liked hot stuff. And it's not that I don't do these challenges a lot. I just can take, hot stuff. Like, yeah, my grandmother used to grow hot peppers in her garden when I was a kid, like really hot ones. Just, hot Italian peppers, really the little tiny ones and stuff. And the Tabasco ones. I mean, she eat them raw. Like she's just like a freaking demon. She just eat raw peppers. Like I need to blow my brains out. I'm like, this is so hot. How are you doing this right now, man? And she's like, she just eat them. She just had it. So I think I developed it over time, and then I could just eat, I'm always adding hot stuff to my food. My gastrologist doesn't like that too much, but it is what it is. I take 40 milligrams of omeprazole every day. Probably not the best thing to go eat spicy food, but even my kids, they're like, they want to grab, a hot sauce or something for eggs or for whatever, make chicken and rice bowl or whatever. They just want to add hot sauce. So they're kind of the same way. They're getting into it. Yeah. They're getting into the hot stuff.
Downstairs, I got the wall of pleasure and pain.
Yes, you do. Yep.
I got an entire wall of my basement has like about 150, 160 bottles of hot sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You should go you take your phone and go show them that right now. That's a badass site.
Yeah. Let's see that.
By the way, why is your phone up and down? Is this your first time on Zoom? Why aren't you vertical, dude?
I had it sideways, and for some reason I was coming up like upside down when I was on with Chris earlier.
Yeah. He was trying to get it figured out.
I remember my first time using an iPhone too.
Kiss my ass.
Only if you have big Salinas barbecue sauce on it.
Don't tempt them.
look at that.
Wow.
Oh my
Get some
goodness.
close-ups there,
Look at
Johnny.
that.
That's all hot sauce? Jesus.
Oh,
Holy moly. Look at those.
Oh, he's got something on the.
Damn. You know, I'm just, like I said, I think that one of our episodes, what we should do is every, 3 or 4 minutes, we eat a wing dipped in hot sauce and try to do like an episode of the hot ones. But we'll do a regular show and we'll just try not to break what we're saying after we eat each one. See if we can actually finish the show.
Finish it. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
yeah, wow, I like that.
Yeah.
Do you have the you have a set of 10 bottles to do that with already, or no? Or do you have to pick 10 bottles? Did you have something?
Bottles.
What's
I'd have
the
to
what's
pick-
the? Oh, you have to pick them. Okay, that'd be good.
What?
Yeah,
What's the what?
show right there.
What's it called? I thought there was like a package you got recently. What'd you just call it upstairs? 10 something.
Oh, that one is
What's it called?
the book.
Yeah. What's it called again?
The book of pleasure and pain.
Yeah, the book of. So there's 10 hot sauces in that, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 12.
12.
Oh man.
So 12. So we have to do one every like 3 minutes or something. We have to eat a wing,
Yeah.
dipped in one of those.
Oh,
And you got to have
Oh,
one
yeah.
at the very end. You got to put that extra.
Oh yeah, you know,
gotta be surprised there.
you know, we have original, we have bacon, chili lime, Cajun, roasted garlic, the hot sauce from hell, Devil's Revenge, ghost pepper, the ass blaster, and
That's a great name.
then spontaneous combustion.
Love it.
Look, it already put it in order for you. Nice, start
Oh,
off
yeah.
sweet and good. Now
Yeah.
then let's get to the hot stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's all in order.
Dude.
That sounds like a show that's going to come up.
Sounds like a show to me.
I have to laminate my throat before I do that episode. Milk,
No
Pepto-Bismol, and milk
You
and
can't have no
magnesia
milk
and-
until the end of the show.
No milk to the end of the show.
Chris is like, that's cool. I can take over the show. Don't worry about it.
That's a long.
I got it, guys.
That's a long 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Burning down the house, legit.
She's like,
You
Uncle
know.
Steve, you want to come on?
Right?
But,
Trying to do the Uncle Steve Reed. My lips on fire.
That'll be a must.
Uh,
Can't miss episode
Yeah.
right there.
yeah,
All right,
you're gonna
so
get
we
a lot
have
of views
some-
on
we got some ideas in the works here.
that.
Hot sauce, hot wing challenge throughout the show,
Throughout
and
the
then
show.
we got to get another eating challenge on.
And then the hot dog challenge right there for Max.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
The hot dog challenge for you, yeah, man. I mean,
Don't
that's
let's not kill him now. Come on.
well, it's up for debate.
It's okay. I'll sign a waiver.
Sign away.
Yeah, definitely gonna have you sign a waiver. I'm gonna have my attorney draft one tomorrow. That's definitely. I know Dave might want to have you sign a waiver too. Dave, who owns the podcast studio.
Up the life insurance just to be safe. Just
Yeah.
Have
Yeah,
Claudia
Claudia
bump
to-
up the life insurance, and then we'll erase the episode if something bad if it happens. That way, no one, the life insurance will still pay out.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh,
You never know. There's some clause in there about hot dogs.
Yeah.
You don't know about. You know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know
Crazy
these
shit.
days. But,
nowadays they don't want to pay nothing. So.
but yeah, certainly thank y'all for coming on.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Before we
brother,
let
thank you
y'all
for
go,
having us.
we just allowed our guests to give shout outs to, whoever they've helped them along the way. And of course, with y'all, this is your time to do y'all's little sponsorships. Give those sponsors a shout outs.
first off, my friend Dave Garofalo at Two Guys Smoke Shop and twoguyscigars.com for, giving me the opportunity to start this with the podcast studio. So, he's been, he thought it was a great idea from the get-go, and he was right. And we've been going ever since. Uncle Steve Shake, he's been believing in us. Ryan from Newland from Backline Smokers, Ian Hemming from Custom Cutting Boards, rs.com. And really, you guys,
all of our listeners, man, everybody,
we can't thank you guys enough for, like you said, what the hell do these two Yankees know about some barbecue? And, you guys tuning in every week and in the chat room, the friendship that we've built with everybody in this community, and we've never met personally, but we know if we ever do get face to face, we're throwing down a beer and, picking up like we've known each other for 30 years. And I think that's the beautiful thing about the barbecue community.
That's it.
Yeah. Barbecue love, man. We do appreciate it, 100%. Tons of support out there, just like, guys like yourself and you guys, and we wouldn't be able to keep doing it without you guys. So thanks to all of our listeners for sure, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Now there's no one y'all are forgetting to thank, is there?
Oh, my wife. Mrs. Mags.
For that old hag?
For putting up with all my bullshit on this whole barbecue journey. Yeah.
Yes, thank you to my wife for supporting all my crap and
for putting up with that shit.
I had to start a barbecue catering business because the only way I could continue to keep buying everything that I need is now I have an excuse that I can write everything off. So that was kind of my in. I was like, look, hon, if I buy this or I buy this is all business expenses now. We could do something here.
Yeah.
So
what else do you want?
There you go.
And big shout out to my wife. Seriously, I couldn't do this barbecue business without her. She's the side chick. She does all the sides, and she's an amazing cook. I don't love making the sides. I just like sticking to what I know best, and that's the meats. I'll do the meats. Yeah. She does the sides. So shout out to my wife. She won't be watching this podcast. How do I know that? Because she doesn't watch me every Tuesday at 5 p.m. either. So
there'll be that one time she catches it and you don't say thank you when you get the opportunity.
You talk about barbecue so much. Why would I want to watch you talking about more barbecue? That's pretty much what she says to me. So I have to listen to you on the phone with John or Kevin or Chris or C-Mac, and you're always talking about barbecue. Why would I log on and listen to more of it? I'm like, you know what?
Look at me.
You're right. Oh, shit.
Man, that is true. But yeah, certainly thank y'all for coming on, man.
Awesome.
It's always fun to talk with y'all, and that barbecue community is, great.
It's amazing.
But yeah, we look forward to y'all's next show and every show after that.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you, guys.
No thanks, gentlemen. Awesome.
Oh, Junior.
Uh-oh.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Happy anniversary.
Like I said, I paid attention.
He did pay attention.
He wrote it down.
You kind of did it the same way I did. Because what was yours? Like a Wednesday afternoon, I think you said?
It was a Thursday afternoon on 4th of July.
That was mine. Mine was a Thursday afternoon at Laconia Bike Week.
Ours was
we just
right
said,
there.
let's go.
Let's do it. 4th of July. She loves fireworks, so why not?
Let's go.
Amen.
Good stuff.
All right, boys.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Later, boys.
Take it easy.
Take care.
All right. So there we had it. The boys, Johnny Mags, the barbecue broker from Pit Life Barbecue joined us. And just really gave a lot of great info on podcasts and a lot of info on their stuff, the challenges that they've done. We might have to do a kind of challenge. We might have to go live and do one or something, Randy. Certainly it's not going to be anything that hot for sure, but we'll have to do it. But what's your final thoughts, Randy?
Yeah, that was a great interview. Always fun chatting with those guys. If you hadn't checked out their podcast, make sure you check them out every Tuesday, 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central Time. Facebook Live. Go on there, check it out. They always got great interviews. Same craziness that you heard today, you're going to hear it on their show every Tuesday. So yeah, certainly check them out. Remember, check out clownsonfire.com. Order some sauce and stuff. Give those a try. I personally tried them. I don't do hot stuff, but their stuff is really good. Give them a try. You never know. And of course, go to BigSalinsBarbecue.com. Give our stuff a try. You never know. You just may get hooked. Hit up our stores. Let's get them sold out. We do have some stuff in the works. And of course, if you go online for the whole month of July, $50, you get all 6 of our products. The original sauce will be on sale for $8 online only. No coupon necessary. They're already marked down. So, as always, give it a try because you never know. Just make it hooked on big taste, big flavor, big Salinas.
That's it right there. Definitely give it a shot. Go buy those sauces. Go buy those rubs. Let's get Randy sold out so we have to get more. That's what I want to see is a bunch of sold out. Of course, you can buy all the swag on BigSalinasBarbecue.com. Certainly go check out. If you do have a small business shout out, do not hesitate to hit us up. If you have a store you want us to try to put the sauce in, let us know. We will help you and we'll work. Let us do the work and get that in there. And of course, anytime you're doing anything, do it with love, do it with some passion, and we will see you down the road.
Let's go CP3.
The original 5 levels are big, healthy, husky, fluffy, and damn. People ask, what could be bigger than damn?